My name is MaryAnne Golon. I'm a consulting editor for Time magazine, former director of photography. I've been appointed to be the 2009 chair of World Press Photos Foundation's annual contest. I'm very much looking forward to this incredible honor and opportunity. It's a tremendous undertaking for World Press and for all of the judges. It's one of the, I think, are inarguably the most important press competition in the world. I've been on the jury before, and I know how difficult it is. There are hours and hours and hours in the dark looking at images, and I think the photographers need to remember when they're entering their work that they have to edit their work to impress. They need to be as tough with themselves and as brave with their photography entries as they are with their photography. I feel that from my past experience, if there are subtleties or files not prepared properly or too many pictures instead of tight edit, including maybe personal favorites or images that don't really bring along their narratives as well, that the photographers end up hurting themselves in the final rounds of the competition. As chair, I will be there for 2 weeks of judging, and the process is set up so that there is a first week jury whose job is to sort of select, to remove the photographs that have no chance to win in the competition. So it's like a first edit, basically. The second week jury then goes through a series of rounds. There's voting similar to answering a question on a game show where you're literally holding a little clicker, and you have to have a certain number of votes from the jury members to advance pictures. And then you begin discussions. And the discussions represent both varying views of photography. It's the incredible job of the World Press Photo to put together a group of professionals who represent different perspectives on photography. So you have agency, you have magazine, you have newspaper, you have photographers, but photographers who are doing press, photographers who are doing more feature. So as you can imagine, there are very interesting and lively discussions that happen as the rounds progress. At the very end of the process, at the very final round, after all the discussions have happened, it's the duty of the chairman to have everyone vote numerically. You can assign a certain value to the image that you'd like to have first, second, or third. So it's actually a ballot vote, and that's how you arrive with your first place winners or how you arrive with your World Press Photo of the Year. It's a year's worth of photography that's viewed simultaneously in a 7-day span. So it's quite difficult to pull through that. So I think the role of the chair is to keep everyone on course. I can only speak personally to the effect of looking at so many pictures over the course of a 2-week span that are all very, very serious. I could liken it probably best to being a professional in the field. If you're with Doctors Without Borders or MSF or something, you arrive and you see so much suffering and pain, but you're a professional. So you have to arrive and do your work. And I feel like after 25 years, it's a question that I've been asked often, like, do you carry this stuff with you? Of course I do. I mean, there's no way that as a person you can't feel. And actually, I believe the strength of most photography is the emotion that the photography evokes. But there's a professional hat that you have to wear. And I think that that's another role of the chair of the World Press Jury, is to explain to everyone, okay, we're going to be looking at some very serious things, and we all are going to have to keep our professional hats on. And then I think you process it later. The things I've seen that no one else has seen except the photographer is extraordinary, but you learn how to get through it.